What are Daniel's 70 sevens? When Daniel began to pray and seek God in Daniel chapter 9, the scriptures tell us that Daniel had calculated that the 70 years of exile prophesied by Jeremiah had been fulfilled. 2 Chronicles chapter 36 verses 20 through 21 has preserved Jeremiah's prophecy as follows. He, the king of Babylon, took into exile in Babylon those who had escaped from the sword, and they became servants to him and to his sons until the establishment of the kingdom of Persia, to fulfill the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah, until the land had made up for its Sabbaths. All the days that it lay desolate it kept Sabbath to fulfill 70 years. According to the covenant of Sinai, every 7th year Israel was not to sow or reap. Instead they were to give the land a Sabbath rest, eating only what the land itself yielded. According to Jeremiah, Israel had failed to keep 70 of these Sabbath years, which would have occurred over the course of 497 years, including the 7 Jubilee years, which followed every 7-7-year cycle. This means that Israel had not observed a Sabbath year since the time of the judge Samuel. The 70 years of exile were correlated with these skipped Sabbath years. In Daniel's estimation, those years were nearing an end, and so he began to pray and repent on behalf of his people, believing that the exile would soon come to an end. However, in response to his prayer, Daniel received a discouraging response from the angel Gabriel, preserved for us in Daniel chapter 9 verse 24 as follows. 70 weeks are decreed for your people and your holy city, to finish the transgression, to put an end to sin, and to atone for iniquity, to bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal both vision and prophet, and to anoint a most holy place. This response recalls again the covenant of Sinai. Through Moses, God had warned Israel no less than 4 times in Leviticus chapter 26 verses 14 through 46 that he would punish them 7-fold for their sins. If then the punishment of exile was to be 70 years, it would not be 70, but 7 times 70 years. This prophecy has 2 fulfillments. The near fulfillment was the period beginning with the restoration of Israel's autonomous rule under the Hasmonean dynasty and concluding with the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem in AD 70. But the far fulfillment mentioned in Daniel chapter 9 verse 24 was much broader. Israel became a nation on the foothills of Mount Sinai in 1446 BC according to the scriptures. 70 Sabbath cycles were decreed by God to fulfill the covenant he had made with Abraham. 7 represents a Sabbath cycle. A full Sabbath cycle was 50 years. 70 sevens therefore represents 3,500 years. 3,500 years from the founding of the nation of Israel at Sinai is the year 2054 AD. Does this mean that Jesus will return in 2054 AD? No one can know, as Jesus warned, but about that day or hour no one knows, neither the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. But what this does mean is that by 2054 the 70 sevens of which Gabriel spoke to Daniel will be completed.